This is for NorischeFolk313, and it's for the video my thoughts on white nationalism. The only thing I'm going to mention is something very short. It's going to be a very short comment. Many white nationalists are arguing with black liberals, black nationalists, basically blacks that are anti-racist, and one of their things is that they are tired of blacks blaming whitey for their problems. They are so sick and tired of it. Blacks did it to themselves, or blacks are just born a certain way that makes them failures in a Western society. So stop blaming whitey. Well, I noticed that white nationalists love to blame Jews for their problems, or white liberals. I think Norschell's more on the side of white liberals. White liberals are distorting the image of white history. They're making them look worse than they really are. I mean, white Jews or white liberals are sending out propaganda that motivates blacks to kill whites. The reasons why they cannot form a movement to separate from blacks is because the Jews will not let them. I find that absurd, frankly. Why would the liberal whites, want white nationalists to find somewhere else to separate and live amongst themselves? I don't want a white person who does not want to live near me around me. So white separation, go ahead. But there are plenty of whites who can live around blacks, and that is what upsets many white nationalists. They want all whites, or most whites, or more whites to separate from blacks. That's not going to happen. So if I were a white nationalist, I would get like-minded people and go to the Northwest, build a community that is based on private money, no public money, because you are discriminating against a certain race, and I'm not going to pay public funds for building your house if none of the people who look like me can live there. So the best thing white nationalists can do is find very wealthy whites who have the same mentality and build a society that is separate from all blacks, all Indians, and all Asians. You want multicultural TV, then what you're going to need to do is get a wealthy white to have, to show, things that are of white nationalist interests. And simple. And I might want to add that I hope BET is not publicly funded, because they are very close to a racial exclusive station. So I hope they're not publicly funded, or any race is publicly funded, for that matter, that excludes another race. And that's it. So, if white nationalists want to separate, fine, go ahead and do it. This nonsense about white liberals want you to separate blacks. I mean, yeah, there's some, but many white liberals really want you to shut up, go somewhere else, and build your own community. But me as a multi-culturalist, I mean, I'm sorry. I like race mixing. I like mixing with other races, and I have no problem with it. I understand some whites had bad experience with blacks, and they don't want to be around blacks. I can't blame them. The same thing for black people. If blacks want to separate, fine, go somewhere else. But me not wanting to be with black nationalists is not me being a race traitor. It's just me being an individual. Whites who do not want to be with you, they're not race traitors. They just don't agree with your view. So you can talk about how blacks are intellectually inferior, blacks cause more crime, all you want. You're not convincing anybody. So that you want to separate it, fine, go ahead. But all this other stuff, it's just you're just talking. Have a nice day.